Let's go ahead and listen to some of this. This is the update on the body cam footage from last Friday.
So the Candy-Ojai County had announced or had replied to a couple emails inquiring about the body cam footage that in order to acquire the body cam footage related to the search warrant executed on Rekieta's property, they would need $3,000 at least, estimating it would take 50 hours at $60 an hour to get the footage. So I started up a crowdfunding campaign, and within 3 hours, it met its goal. I put the goal at $6,000.
How about that? $6,000 goal. He hit it in 3 hours. Well, I'm fucking jealous. People want to see that. But it would be interesting body cam to see. I'm not going to lie. I want to see it. I want to see that body cam footage. You know what I'm interested in? Because I'd been gone for a long time. I wanted to see just how bad that house got, because it was, I mean, I was kind of fighting uphill. Oh, thank you very much, Chelino, for sending me your full details. I mailed Chelino some stuff to Canada, and it came back to me because I had to use his real name on the paperwork, and I didn't have it. I would love to see it, just to see, like, because the way the cops described the house, I was like, yeah, that checks out. But is it better or worse than when I last saw? Because you got to remember, they were without a nanny for a while. This was all in the affidavit. And then Kayla told the cops that April was the live-in nanny, which is what I understood the situation to be as well. I understood the situation to be April's living there, sometimes in the main house, sometimes in the side house, which I guess is kind of fitting if you think about it. And she was taking on the nanny duties. Not really good for the resume for your next nanny gig when this is the result of your first nanny job. I'm guessing there's got to be, if not nanny school, some classes you should be taking to prevent things like getting arrested in a house full of drugs, guns, and children. But forgive and forget. So as far as the body cam goes, the fact that they raised this goal in 3 hours, there's a lot of fucking people who want to see this thing.
Because what we received as an estimate was purely an estimate, and there might be additional time or additional fees associated that we can't expect. And I also wanted to have a little bit of money set aside for a specific purpose.
Oh yeah.
Here's the
What's
catch.
that purpose?
Minnesota is one of the few states in the country that does not have general public access to body cam footage.
Okay.
There is privacy laws that protect people. There is not privacy laws protecting houses. So we already know what Rekieta looks like. We already know what Kayla looks like. We don't need body cam footage of the kids. We already know what these people look like. What we want to know, what I want to know at least, is what the house looked like.
Sure.
So
agreed.
We're going to try and get the county to surrender the footage. And if they want to go through, and apparently they do this in Minnesota, they'll go through and censor out all the people. They might garble the text or whatever. They might black stuff out. I just want to see the state of the condition that house is in. Okay. And that's why we're going for the footage.
Wow. I mean, you can say what you want about Josh. You can say what you want about Kiwi Farms. This guy's fucking good. I mean, he's not just like people, some people who don't like him call him like he's just an internet troll. He's not a dumb guy. He's thought this stuff through. He seems like a sharp enough dude. That's a good way to get around that shit. Because a lot of people, if you were just a troll, you'd hear like, oh, well, you know, we have to protect the privacy of these people. They'd be like, well, I guess that's the end of that. Not Josh. He keeps going. He's like, well, then blur them out then. Black them out. Make them all black bars. Make them all blurred. We'll be able to tell who they are anyway just because we know the players involved. And so blur everybody out and just show us the condition of the house. That's pretty sharp. Should be able to get that. Needed $3,000 originally. Got $6,000. Take another $3,000. Have them edit everybody out. Okay.
However, the county has been very obstinate. I think that what's happening is that Rekieta is freaking the fuck out and like threatening the courthouse and trying to get the county to not release the body cam footage. And then meanwhile, my attorney, who is licensed in Minnesota, is trying to pressure them as much as possible into releasing the footage because the public has an interest in the footage. And it's going nowhere right now, but we'll continue to press it. And as I mentioned in the fundraiser, for whatever reason we don't get it and we don't have to pay this fee, the money will just be donated to a charity. If there's money left over, it'll be donated to a charity in Minnesota.
That's fair. I mean, the guy, you got to think, the guy's got legal fees and legal bills that he's got to pay for all this. So, you know, let him take something for his time and his effort. You know, Bigot on socialist media says having to pay $60 an hour. Where does the money go towards? Their Christmas party? No, paying the person who's, you know, paying the person who's working on this shit. You know, paying the people who are editing the footage, basically.